ये आरजू को बताया ना 4 बजे से आ गया आज। तेरी आवाज नहीं आ रही। नहीं आ रही, आरजी की आ रही थी, आज की नहीं आ रही। ये आरजू को बताया ना 4 बजे से आ गया आज।
Hi guys, good evening everyone. So welcome to the quiz. I hope everyone has joined, and if not, I request you to call your teammate as soon as possible because we'll be starting with the quiz in just a couple of minutes.
दिवस आएगा
Yeah, hello everyone. Hi. What's up? How are you guys? It'd be nice if I could see your faces and such. Right. Tejas, it'll be better if I don't see your face. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. What's up? How are you doing? No? Okay. It's good. It's good. Yeah. Oh, everybody's supposed to be muted and such. Yeah. All right. I hope you guys are doing well. I suppose I'm meeting you guys after a very long time and such. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes. Okay, cool. Everybody is being silenced. It's the sign of the times. Yeah, I'm doing well. I'm doing well, Shashank. I hope you're doing well. right? Oh, we have Anuradha non-comp. Who is that? Who is Anuradha non-comp? Oh, it's one of our friends. It's one of our friends. Okay. All right. How are you guys? Okay, guys. Okay, here is also another thing. There is also another thing. If any of you is one of the troll, sorry, I don't want to say troll, but is any of you is the quizzing discourse account? Like, you know, you have to legally tell me. Yeah, it's a rule. I didn't make it up. You guys have to tell me if any of you is like is a quizzing discourse account, is a quizzing discourse bot, right? Is like, yeah, is any of the, yeah. No, it's not my account. It's not my account. Yeah, you have to tell me. You have to tell me it's a legal thing. Yeah. Okay, when do we want to start? Shashank, oh, we'll start on time, it seems.
Yeah, we'll just begin right now. I think right now is a good time to start. So,
Right.
good evening, everyone. Welcome to the TLC quiz, hosted, organized by Quiz Club IIT ISM Dhanbad. It is wonderful seeing so many participants here today. And but before we begin, I request all the participants once again to call their teammates if they aren't already over here, and preferably connect to them over a voice call. Now that we have that out of the way, on behalf of Quiz Club IIT ISM Dhanbad, I am proud to call onto the stage one of the best quiz masters in the country, Mr. Kushan Patel. So, Mr. Patel,
Okay.
the stage is all yours.
The stage is all mine indeed. Thank you so much. Okay, so you called me, and who else is going to be there? Because you said best quiz master and such. Because I do not want to lay any claim. Right. So yeah. Anyways, just a second. I'm trying to figure out how to. How to figure out, yeah, screen sharing and such. Okay. Yup. ठीक है. Okay, you guys have been given the Google form for prelims and so on. So yeah, can you guys see the whole screen? Yeah, the prelims are extremely easy, right? Even if you don't like, you know, check out things that are related to travel, living, and culture, if you just have your eyes and minds and everything open, right? That should like, you know, that should help you with the thing. You guys can see it, right? Like, can somebody just drop a thing in the chat? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So we'll start off with the thing. Okay, firstly, all of you, right, welcome to IIT ISM Dhanbad's Travel, Living and Culture quiz, right? It's me. Yep. Okay, thank you so much to Harsh Kumar Singh, Taha Hussain, and everybody at IIT bracket ISM Dhanbad Quiz Club, right? Yeah, so that's that. Thank you so much, right? We've been trying to get this, we've been trying to work this out since so many years now, right? And we finally do this. I'm like really chuffed to be around you guys. Yeah. Secondly, like, if any of you like set quizzes, if any of you set quizzes as a young person, right? Just get like, you know, people who are way smarter than you as guinea pigs, right? Or to get a feedback and viewpoint, right, on the quiz and such. Can I? Yeah. Okay. So immensely thankful to people who gave valuable feedback and their generosity of mind, space, time, and attention. Right, Bhushan, Chandrakant Nair sir, Varun Rajiv, Abhinav Dar, Prithvi Raj, Siddharth Srivastav, Atman Shah, Meghasham Shirodkar, Rishiraj Shanmuganandan, Mukund Raghavan, Aditya Sri Ramsankaran, Jalaj Maheshwari, and Arpita Shetty. Right. These guys have been nice enough to calibrate and give me the quiz for me. Yeah. Thank you so much to them. Yeah. Now, every single question right has a 1 point. If I'm demanding 2 answers from you, right, we'll have 2 points. There are 25 questions on the cards for you. So approximately 30-ish points or so, right? Mostly I require only and only for you guys to write 1 word or at the max 3 to 4 words in the answer, right? I have accepted I'll accept broad answers as long as they are correct. Don't worry about spelling mistakes, right? And in the interest of time and such, I shall be moving faster. So it's 4:20, right? Let's try and finish this prelims by 5 o'clock. Yeah, or earlier, whatever works. Okay. First question on your screen. Oof. Okay. So,
excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
There is a slight issue with the Google form.
Yes, please.
I think 2 questions have only 1 option in the answer field.
What do you mean 1 option?
Like there is a radio button with question number 15 and 16, and only 1 option is there.
Okay. All right. We'll try and resolve that ASAP. Right. Can we do this question? Let's do this question and get to 15 and 16. Right. Yeah. Let me just have a quick look at it. Yeah. After this question, of course. So there's a train route showcased on one of the only Indian trains to be named after a language. Right. Simply identify the language the train is named after. Okay. Yeah. So all I need you guys to do is identify the language the train is named after. It moves from two cities in the east, right? There are important stations on the way, right? All I need is a language. Okay. So with that, come to we come to a slight pause, right? Let's just figure out the whole scene. Just a moment.
I request everyone to turn their videos.
Just a moment, you guys. I'm so sorry that there was a small radio button. 15 and 16, you said, right? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And yeah, can you guys have a look again? Right, I did edit it from my end. Is good now? Okay, ठीक है. Right. I'll share my screen again. Right. To okay. So all I'm looking for is name of the language. Right. Yeah. You guys can see the whole thing on screen, right? Yeah. Okay. In the state of Punjab and Pakistan, the population is primarily farmers. They were inspired by the war-torn country of Yemen, right, to do something. The farmers in Punjab were particularly affected by cyclones, heavy pesticides which kill parrots and crows, and COVID-19. Okay, right. Parrots and crows were good for them in a certain way. Hence, they came out with a simple solution to a certain problem. Right. The solution was to mobilize people, right, and to tackle a seasonal challenge. So once they mobilize the people, the community's haul average 7 tons a night. The project team weighed the haul and sold them to nearby plants, making chicken feed for hauls rich protein content. Farmers netted up to 20,000 Pakistani rupees, right? That is $125 per person for one night's work. What was the haul that was affecting Pakistani crops seasonally? Right. This is very recent. Right. This is a very recent thing. Right. That has solution. Right. Okay. So this year they were like really affected by COVID. They were affected by right cyclone. Right. And then there was another thing. Right. And it was not helped that the pesticides would kill crows and parrots, which would help farmers right mitigate a certain problem. So instead of crows and parrots, they had to rely on people, and then people right got together and did something, right, and after which right they were sent to chicken feed. No, okay, chicken plants, right, or poultries, right. So what was this haul, right, that was affecting Pakistani crops seasonally? Right, that's what I'm looking for. Okay, so that's question 2. Next up is question 3. In German culture, the term Warmduscher is used as an insult, an affront to somebody's masculinity. What does a Warmduscher do? Something that we all partake in, right, and is considered less manly, right? What does a Warmduscher do, which is considered to be less manly? Okay, so that was question number 3. Okay, I'll need at least 3 or 4 words in the answer, right? No more. Yeah. What Asian food item is synonymous with the default white boxes that appear when a computer does not understand a character on a website or in a document? Right. So because of how fonts right change, and sometimes because the fonts have changed, if you don't have those fonts in your computer, you see these these characters, right, that are represented right really badly. Okay, so what are these white boxes called? This is synonymous with a certain Asian food item, right? That's all I'm looking for as an answer. The shape should be helpful, right? That was question number 4. Okay, next up, let's do question 5. The platelet-rich fibrin matrix method is a cosmetic process of extracting platelets from patients' own blood and using them as a dermal filler. That is, as a substance injected under the skin of the face to try and fill out wrinkles. Okay, what entities with a long life whose skin has a forever glow is the procedure named after? Right. So basically what you do is there is this method wherein you take your own blood, right, and then you fill it under the skin of the face, right, to make yourself younger, to make yourself appear younger, right? And so this process, right, is named after like, with certain entities, right, whose skin have a forever glow, right? And like these entities enjoy a long life. Okay, I'm looking for a very generic answer. Okay, so for example, like your answer is like, if the answer is cows, then just write cows. Yeah. So that was question number 5, and we'll get to question number 6. The tree in the picture is the only tree in the world to give us 2 different spices. One of them as a seed, and another one is a protective coating on the seed. Both of them have enjoyed popularity, and one of the costliest region, right, currently, right, for living, has been traded just so that somebody could enjoy monopoly over spices. Genocides have been committed by imperialist forces to maintain monopoly over the region, right? Over the region, the sole source in the 17th century of these spices. I need the name of 2 spices. What are these spices that you often obtain from the same tree? One in form of a seed, and second in form of the coating on the seed. Right. So one of the most costliest regions, right, to buy housing currently was traded by 2 imperialist forces, right, just so that one could enjoy monopoly over the region wherein, right, these spices were found in the 17th century. Just tell me what are the 2 spices? Okay, so that's 6. Next up is 7. Okay. We've all heard of dating terminologies and slang, right? What is the term, right, in dating known as when the object of your interest leads you on by occasional messages, right, of phone calls, a date plan, or a social media interaction without much of a follow-through? The term, from the world of fairy tales, shares its name with a certain UI sequential navigated pattern as shown in the break. Right. What is this called? Think of fairy tales and leading on. Think of leading on and fairy tales. Right. And sequential navigation. Right. That should be a good clue. Okay, so that's 7. Right. Next up is 8. If you're having a meal at this facility, simply identify where would you be. the shape is very evocative of the location, right? So I need you to give, right, the answer. Your answer should contain 3 words. Have a closer look. Look at the curvatures, right? Look at the right angles, right? And then you should arrive at the answer. Okay, so that is 8. Next up is 9. The origins of this West African dish can be traced to 1300s and is named after the widespreading empire in Nigeria and Cameroon. Right. Red peppers are often blended with the base ingredients of onions, tomatoes, and chili to add vibrancy and subtle sweetness. Gambia and Senegal have snails as an ingredient. What is this food item which often has Nigerians and Ghanaians at loggerheads? Like how we have food battles, right, regarding biryanis, right, and if you'd like to add ice cream in things or not, basically. So yeah, what is this bone of contention, right, food between Ghanaians and Nigerians? So there are like 10 different ways to make this food item. Okay, so that's question number 9. Next up, I only need one word as the answer in this one, right? Only need one word as the answer in this one. Okay, I'll move on to the next one. The water body in this pic is a unique, right, in this pic, right, the pic is a unique geographical landmark, is purported to be the river upon which the original book takes place, from which the massively snubbed Oscar film was adapted, right? The massively snubbed Oscar film is a film from 1970s, okay? What landmark is this, right, which is the only blank in world? I'm looking for a single word as your answer, right? It is 11 letters. I'm looking for a single word. 11 letters are right as the answer. Think of famous 1970s film, right, which was snubbed for a lot of things. Best picture, best yeah, best director. So the film, right, takes place. The film takes place in Asia, right, and while the book is set elsewhere, right? So book is set elsewhere and in a different continent altogether, right? And is primarily set on this river, basically. This was question number 10. We spent too much time on this. Let's get on question number 11. So BBC did a spread on etymology of words and phrases like bait, booze, fed up, haggard, hoodwink, rouse, under his thumb, wrapped around his person, right, who gave right this these many words to English language, and what is the hobby, right, from which these words and phrases come from. Bait, booze, fed up, haggard, hoodwink, rouse, under his thumb, wrapped around little finger, right? The first, what hobby? So that is question number 11. Think of the context that these phrases, right, could come from, especially last 3 or 4. Okay, so that's 11. Next up is 12. Where would you collectively come across these? And specifically, what are these? Right? Where would you collectively come across these in North India? So I'm looking for, like, your answer should be something like, these are, say, flavors of ice cream you find in Kashmir, right? Your answer should be like, these are, right, flavors of ice cream Kashmir. This is a non-exhaustive list, right? I just picked some of the famous ones, right? The non-exhaustive list. The list is limited, right? But it's non-exhaustive, and it continues, right? It keeps on being expanding as and when. Okay, so that was question number 12. Okay, North India, I'm looking for, your answer should be somewhere in North India, right? Okay, so your answer should be in form of a sentence, right? And I'm looking for certain keywords. Okay, yeah. Next up is 13. So this entrepreneur's mother was a Kashmiri woman married into family from Delhi. She brought with her the Kashmiri practice of creating tikkiyas, right, which is sun-dried patties from a blended paste of masalas. So the masalas like were ground ginger, garlic, and so on. Right. When she went for a social visit, she ensured that she made enough tikkiyas to last for a fortnight in the house. But a funeral delayed her return. Right. The person in the picture, right, was her son, and he took on over the cooking duties in the interim and got better at it. In 1980s, he launched something, right? He launched a brand, or he launched a product which is vouched by everyone who loves to cook. What is being talked about here? Just give me the name of the brand. So your answer should be something like Bata shoes. Okay, what is being talked about? Yeah. So that is question 13. Next up is question 14. MACUSA, right? This is from Harry Potter. It's my favorite work of literature. I've read it. I love it. Yeah. MACUSA, the Magical Congress of United States of America from Harry Potter universe, right, was created in 1693 following the introduction of the International Statute of Wizarding Secrecy. According to their fictional history, wizards worldwide had reached a tipping point, okay, suspecting that they could lead a freer and happier lives if they built an underground community that offered its own support and had its own structures. And this feeling was particularly strong in America, right, due to what then recent real world series of events, right? I'm looking for a 3-word answer. Something happened in America, like, around, right, in late 17th century, right? And then that led to a tipping point for the wizards, right? They thought, okay, we need to build an underground system. Okay, so what then real world event happened which led to this idea? I'm looking for a 3-word answer. Okay, so that is question number 14. Question number 15, right? Perfectly fitting in a design quiz and a travel quiz. Simply identify what legend is depicted on this Chinese beer brand's packaging. Okay, yeah, right. What legend? So the component is like, there is also a design component to this, right? As you can see, and there is the travel component to this, right? So all I'm looking for, your answer should, right, have some sort of travel component. Okay, this is Chinese beer brand, Chinese legend. I'm looking for the phrase as an answer. Okay, so with this we come to the end of our StarMart questions. Right, let's get on with, right, the regular programming. StuDeet is maker of affordable sneakers for everyone and often takes inspiration from the world of brands. What brands created in line with Italian Christian tradition packaging design are these sneakers inspired by? What brands packaging design are these sneakers inspired by? Okay, so primarily a Christian tradition. If you just notice, if you just like keep an eye on it, like, and notice it closely, you'll arrive at the answer. Okay, so that's 16. Next up is 17. I'm looking for a brand. Okay, yeah. So this mascot, okay, the mascot is not in the picture. The mascot is in the question. The mascot started off with a criminal mindset, but later was made to be a good guy. The purpose of this mascot is to exhibit qualitative output of the products. It has recently come to light that the mascot was inspired by the anatomical entity shown in the picture. Two parts. What is the mascot called, and what anatomical entity is it inspired by? The anatomical entity is something that you can see in the picture. So this is just a zoomed in thing of the anatomical entity. There are like thousands and like, you know, what's bigger than thousands, millions of these anatomical entities that are present in our body. Okay, yeah. The mascot ensures Oni-chan, yes, permission to speak, my friend. Tell me. Yeah, somebody raise their hands, like, you know. No, you don't want to speak? Okay. Do you have to give the film? No, you don't have to give the film, Joel. Yes, the questions will be sure. Okay. Yes? Yeah. The origin story of the first GI tagged item from the state is thus. Centuries ago, high priest of the temple noticed a crack on the crown of the deity. The king ordered craftsmen to make a new crown in 3 days. Craftsmen were worried as they didn't have requisite raw material. The head craftsman's wife prayed and had a dream in which the deity appeared and gave her the secret proportion of creating alloy, right, which would shine bright, and it shone bright. The king thus ordered to make this to be a part of Ashtamangalyam, right? Ashtamangalyam, that is 8 auspicious objects to be gifted, right, to bride in marriage. What GI tagged item is this, right, which is primarily made in this temple that is shown in the picture? Sorry. Okay. Yeah. So I'm looking for a 2-word answer. Don't worry about the spellings, right? Just give me some sort of funda, right? And it should be a 2-word answer. Okay. Right. So that was 18. We'll move on to 19. So barring Mumbai and New Delhi, there are only 2 Indian state capitals mentioned in the Tintin books, right? Both of which state, right, border each other. They share a border, right? One is a capital city, right, in which there is a flight stopover, and other, incidentally, is the name of the carrier in the series. Which 2 Indian state capitals are mentioned in Tintin? Right, 2 states, right, that are bordered with each other. Just think of 2 state capitals and, like, you know, write their names. Yeah. Okay, so that's 19, right? And finally, we do 20. Okay, when hiring a team, David Ogilvy would send across a gift from Gorky. And when the new joinees let his curiosity get better of him, he'd find a message ensconced in the gift. If each of us hires people who are smaller than we are, we shall become a company of dwarfs. Right? But if each of us hires people who are bigger than we are, we shall become a company of giants. What gift from Gorky would a new hire receive at Ogilvy? Try and work this out, right? This is extremely workable, right? Look at the message, right? He says, if each of us hires people who are smaller than we are, we'll become a company of dwarfs, right? But if each of us hires people who are bigger than we are, we shall become a company of giants, right? What gift from Gorky would a new hire receive at Ogilvy? Something right extremely famous, something like all of us might have come across, right? Yeah. And they would find a message that is instant. Okay, yeah. So that's 20. Next up is 21. When the marketing consultant was brought in, the product was just plain black, right? That would sell for $20. The aim was to beat the Japanese. The consultant said if 500,000 were sold, then it would be gone. It'd just be a product and not a commodity. It had initially been called Vulgaris, but later the brand name was named as a portmanteau of country adjective, right? That is country adjective, right? For example, say India, Indian, like that. Okay, yeah. So country adjective and the product itself, right? Okay. So if the product was shoes, right? If the product was footwear, the name would be Ind shoe, right? Indian shoe, in shoe, like that. One of the slogans was, "You don't wear the same tie every day, do you? What iconic brand is this?" And I don't throw around the word iconic just like that. Like, it's quite iconic, right? It's, yeah. So the order of the country and the product name, right, is same. Okay, first you have the country and then you have the product name. Okay, you have to merge them together and arrive at a brand. Think of what kind of products would the Japanese be experts in, right? Yeah. And this is something to do with, like, personal fashion, right? Because the tagline was, "You don't wear the same tie every day," right? So try and work around, like, okay, something they had to beat the Japanese in a product that was much like the tie. Yes. Okay. We'll move on to the next one. Yes. Which domain of LGBT community is this recently discovered rainbow-hued creature named after? Right. Notice the fabulous pizzazz of colors. Okay. I'm looking for a very short answer. You definitely might have heard this person's name, right? Like, in one context or the other, right? Like, the creature is named so because of the colorful, right, and the fabulousness of it, right? Much like the personality's sense of personal fashion. Short answer. That is 22. Okay, yeah. We'll move on to 23. To prevent casualties at the CUM 2021, right? The casualties of the non-COVID kind, basically. Yeah. To prevent casualties at the CUM 2021, the organizers are taking help of which professionals as lifeguards due to their knowledge and expertise in negotiating with the terrain of the areas where the event is going to be held. Looking for 2 or 3 word answers. 3-word answer, please. Think of people expert in the terrains, like, you know, around wherever CUM 2021 was held, right? So that's 23. That's 23. Next up is 24. Okay, I really like this. This will make you do some gymnastics. The American diners have specific coded lingo, right, amongst themselves to ensure the work gets done faster, right? And people are like, you know, not aware. The patrons are not aware. For example, Bronx vanilla is garlic. O'Connors are potatoes. One code word for a certain food item, right, is bark. Okay, the constituent ingredient in this food preparation will lead you to which European city? And it's the main constituent like an ingredient. Without this, you can't make this food item. Okay, think of the word bark, right? Try and associate it with, right, the number of things, right? From that, you'll jump to a European city. Okay, my next question is a video question. So I'm going to do a quick recap, right, from 24th, right, so that we can, right, get to 25th and then we can stay on that. Yeah. I'm going to do a quick recap, right? Please ensure that your affairs are in order, right, and you've entered everything correctly in the Google Forms and such. Okay, we started with a train journey in India, in Eastern India, right? All I need to know is what language is this train named after that, right, crosses Barauni, Asansol, and two other stations. Okay, so that was one. Second is, instead of Punjab, Pakistan, right, like, you know, farmers are like really bothered by something. So they decided that they'll take matter in their own hands. And once they took matter in their own hands, right, they found a hall, right, which was, right, for one night's work, somebody was getting 20,000 rupees, right, per person. What is this hall that was affecting Pakistani crops seasonally, right? And the hall was given to chicken feed for its rich protein content. I'm looking for single word as the answer. Okay, so that's 2. Next up is 3. Warmduscher, right, is an affront to masculinity in German. What is Warmduscher exactly? Right. Okay, give me a phrase as an answer. So that's 3. Next up is 4. What Asian food item is synonymous with default white boxes? Right, when computer does not understand a character on a website or in a document. Right. Yeah. What Asian food item? The shape, right, is what remind people of the food item. Okay. Yeah. Yes. So there's a cosmetic process, right? What entities is this cosmetic process named after? Right, whose skin have a forever glow and enjoy long life. Okay. 2. I'm looking for 2 spices that one gets from a single tree. One of them, right, was so popular that territories were traded, right, because of which genocides have been caused, right, for one of the imperial forces to maintain monopoly over the region where the spice was found. Okay, one is the seed, one is the coating on the seed. Right, 2 spices I'm looking for. We've all heard of dating terminologies, right? What is the terminology from the world of fairy tales, right? Wherein people lead you on, right, by occasional messages, phone calls, or date plans, or social media interaction, but no follow through, right? Leading on is a cue. Where would you be if you are having a meal here? I'm looking for 3 words in your answer. So that's 8. Next up is 9. West African dish. All I'm looking for is the name of the dish over which Nigerians and Ghanaians are often at loggerheads. Okay, so that's 9. Next up is 10. Looking for 1 word answer, 11 letters. What landmark is this, which is the only blank in the word? Okay. So, yeah. Bait, booze, fed up, haggard, hoodwink, rouse, under thumb, wrapped under little finger are all, right, part of a single hobby of a certain person. Who is the person? What is the hobby? Where would you find these? Right, in northern India. Okay, exhaustive list, limited, right, and it keeps on, right, improving. Right. Yes, so this person's mother was a Kashmiri, married in a family from New Delhi. She brought with Kashmiri practice of making tikya, that is sun-dried patties of paste of ground ginger, garlic, and so on. Right. He took on cooking duties and in 1980s created a brand that is vouched by everyone who loves to cook. What brand did he create? Okay, so that's 13. Next up is 14. Okay. Wizards in Harry Potter, right, decided the International Statute of Wizarding Secrecy after what real life events in 1693, particularly in USA? Again, I'm looking for 3 words as your answer. Okay, so that's 14. Next up is 15. Yes, perfectly fitting in design and travel quiz. Simply identify what legend is depicted on these Chinese beer brands packaging. Right. Your answer should have some sort of travel component. Okay. Yes. What are these shoes inspired by? Simply. Right. Some sort of Catholic tradition. Right. These are anatomical, zoomed in images of an anatomical right, entity, right, of which there are like thousands and millions, right? And from this anatomical entity is a mascot created, which started off with a criminal intent, but was later made to be a good guy, right? And the mascot ensures that the brand has qualitative output of their products, right? What is the brand? What is the mascot? And what is the anatomical entity the mascot is inspired by? Okay, so that's 17. Yes, so from a temple, right, we get a GI tag product of the state, right, that was purportedly based on craftsman's wife, right, who had a dream, and the right deity gave, right, an idea of creating an alloy, right, which shines bright. What GI tagged item? are we talking about? Mumbai and New Delhi. Apart from Mumbai and New Delhi, there are two other state capitals mentioned, right? Both of which states border each other. One of them is a state that is, but there is one of them is a airport that is mentioned, and the other is a vessel carrier. Right. So that's 19. Next up is 20. David Ogilvy would send across a gift from Gorky, and when new joinee lets his curiosity get better of him, he'd find a message in the gift. If each of us hires people who are smaller than what we are, we shall become a company of dwarfs. But if each of us hires people who are bigger, we shall become a company of giants. What gift would a new hire receive at Ogilvy? Right. Give me a specific answer. Right. Give me a specific answer. Yeah. Okay. So that, for example, right, your answer should not be multi-purpose knives. It should be Swiss knives. Okay. Yeah. If you've written Swiss knives, please cancel it because that's not the answer. Yeah. So that 21, when a marketing consultant was brought in, right? So he said we need to beat the Japanese, and we don't want to sell 500,000, right? But we need to sell less than and create a brand. Okay, now the brand takes its name from the name of the product and the company, right? Portmanteau, right? So something that is a part of personal fashion. What? 21. 22, right? Look at this, the fabulous colors, right? On the creature, which domain of LGBTQ community is the thing inspired by? Okay, so that's 22. Next up is 23. To prevent casualties at the Kumbh 2021, the organizers are seeking help of which professionals as lifeguards due to their knowledge and expertise in negotiating with the terrain of the areas where the event is going to be held. Okay, all I'm looking for is what sort of people, like what sort of people? Give me 2 or 3 word, like give me a phrasal answer. Okay, 24. American diner lingo, right? Bronx vanilla is garlic. O'Connors are potatoes. One code word is bark. Okay, the constituent ingredients in this food preparation will lead you to which European city? And this is one of the most important constituent ingredients to make this food item. That is coded bark. That's 24. And finally, we come to 25, which is going to be like really easy. All I need you to do is just tell me where, what is this all about? Just a second. Some sort of climbing going on. Okay, just tell me where. This is extremely easy, extremely workable. Right. Let me give you one more look at this. Yes. Okay. Those were your 25 questions, right? And those were your 25 questions. I'll give you a minute exactly, right, to get your affairs in order to, right, like, get the Google form thing, right? And after a minute or so, I will stop sharing, stop accepting responses, that is to say. Okay, I am stopping the share now. Okay, I'll stop accepting responses. If anybody wants me to, like, stop or whatever, right, just tell me, right away. Are we good? Okay, we seem to be good. Stop accepting responses. Yes, right. So I hope it went well for everyone. Oh, Preetham is here. Yeah, hi. So should I just should we just do the answers? Let's do the answers right away. You guys can unmute yourself. Can you not unmute yourself, or what's the whole deal with unmuting and such? Oh, hi Ananya, how are you doing? Yeah, I think we'll start finals in about 45 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, we can unmute now.
Okay, great. Yeah. Okay, let's do the answers and such. Okay, just a second though. Okay, cool. Okay, let's do the answers, like, yeah. Okay, first one. Right, does anybody want to go for this?
Maithili Express.
Maithili Express is correct. Right, Maithili Express is what I was looking for. Right, it goes from Kolkata to Darbhanga. Yeah. Okay, yes. What are we talking about? Does anyone have yes?
Locusts?
Locust is perfectly correct, right? So these are, right, swarms of locusts, the locust attack, right? Like, so people, so they attack during the day, and during the night the locusts hibernate, right, of sorts. So that is when right, people tend to Kill the locusts, right? Locust is what I was looking for. Very well done. Yes. Warm doucher. What does a warm doucher do? That is less masculine.
A warm shower.
Warm shower is correct, right? Like, showers with warm water, right? As simple as that is what I was looking for, right? Yeah. This one.
Tofu.
Tofu is perfectly correct. This is tofu, right? So these are like, so tofu dices. Yeah, tofu. These characters are called tofu. Yes.
Vampires.
Vampires is also perfectly correct. Take points, right? Yeah. This one.
Nutmeg and jaffle.
And
like the skin is called
And
jaffle.
mace.
Nutmeg and mace. Jaifal is the fal. So nutmeg is also called jaifal, right?
Oh, okay.
Nutmeg and mace is the right, is correct. Yeah. Yes. What is this?
Breadcrumbs.
Breadcrumbs is also correct. Yeah. So this is breadcrumbs, right? So like you lead people on by breadcrumbs and brettle. Not somebody else wants to take a shot at this.
Atomium.
Not Atomium, right?
Sydney Opera House.
Sydney Opera House, right? This is the Opera House, right? If you now it makes sense. If the curves now make sense, yeah, the Sydney Opera House. Yes.
That's jollof rice.
Jollof is correct. Jollof rice, right? Or jollof is good. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the quadri point between Botswana, Namibia, Zimbabwe, and Zambia.
Is correct, right? Quadripoint is sufficient, right? Zimbabwe, Namibia, Botswana, and Zambia, right? All I was looking for is quadripoint as an answer, right? Well and good. Yes.
Shakespeare and falconry.
Shakespeare and falconry is perfectly correct, right? So all these words, right? Hoodwinked, rouse, under thumb, wrapped around little finger, right? They all come from falconry, right? Shakespeare was a falconer, right? So yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Do we have an answer for this?
So these are, I think, the rose varieties in Rashtrapati Bhavan, the Mughal gardens.
Rose varieties in Mughal gardens is what I was looking for. Rose varieties in right, Mughal garden will fetch you points. Rose varieties in Rashtrapati Bhavan will also fetch you points. Not a problem. Yeah. Yes. Do we have an answer for this?
Should I go for
it? Sure. Yes.
Shan masala.
These are Shan masala, right? These are right the famous Shan masala from across the border, right? Yes.
Salem witch trials.
Salem witch trials is perfectly correct, right? Salem witch trials is what I was looking for. So, yeah. This one.
Is it Journey to the West?
Journey to the West is also correct, right? Journey to the West is right the big legend, right? Which also was inspired by travels of either UNH San or Fahian, either of them.
Why is it Hindi, man?
Yeah, because like I was because it's in Hindi though. Sorry. Yeah, it's also in Hindi. Yes. What is the answer to this one?
Kinder Joy.
Kinder Joy is perfectly correct. Right, Kinder Joy is what I was looking for. Yes. This one. Do we have an answer?
Can I take a shot at the anatomical entity?
Yes, please.
Is it villi?
Sorry?
It's like VILLI.
Could you elaborate? What is
it's like it's there in the lining of the smaller intestine. It helps absorb.
Not quite. No. So like I'm looking for a simple answer. So the grimace in the McDonald's roster of mascot is inspired by human taste buds. So these are zoomed in taste buds, right? So grimace is sort of quality control, which is to say taste buds are a form of quality. Yeah, Q&A. Yes.
The Aramulla mirrors.
Aramulla mirrors is correct. Yeah.
Patna and one of the Lucknow, Calcutta, or Ranchi. I went with Ranchi, Patna and Ranchi, I see.
Patna and Ranchi is correct, right? So the SS Ranchi basically is right. SS Ranchi is the vessel, right? And Patna is right where they take off stopover flight in Tibet. Yes.
Matryoshka dolls.
Matryoshka dolls is correct, right? Take points for Matryoshka dolls. Yeah. Do we have an answer for this? Okay, so right, a country that that makes, like Japan makes watches, and Swiss watches, basically Swatch as a brand, right, was created right to compete with Japan, right? Yeah. So Swatch is what I was looking for. This one.
RuPaul.
RuPaul is perfectly correct, right? RuPaul, right? Legendary drag, right? Drag queen. Yeah.
Coin pickers.
Coin pickers, coin divers, right? The coin divers of right Ganga, right? So coin divers, right? As long as your answer mentions coins and divers, right? It's good. Yeah.
This will be hot dogs.
Yes. Frankfurt is perfectly correct, right? So bark is hot dog, and hot dog is Frankfurt. Yeah. Yes. Fairly easy one. Somebody wants to take a shot.
Christ the Redeemer.
Christ the Redeemer is correct, right? So this is a selfie, right, taken from atop Christ the Redeemer, right? I think I should see you in half an hour, right? For the finals, right? Thank you so much, right? Yeah, I think we'll take eight teams in the finals. Yeah. You guys are very welcome to participate and watch and so on and so forth, right? Yes, if I don't see you, please take care. Okay, I should be back in the feed at around 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock. Okay, let's do it.
Hi, guys. So you can leave the meet now, and as soon as we're done with the checking, we'll let you know on the group, and then you can join the link again. And those who wish to spectate the finals, they may join you later on. Kshitij, Ujan, rest of the participants, You may please read. Shashank, Satya Singh.